There is a moment in every young person's life when the idea of having their own money stops being a fantasy and starts feeling like a real possibility. That moment is powerful. It is the beginning of something that most adults wish they had discovered far earlier. The truth is, the habits and skills you build around money as a teenager will follow you for the rest of your life. Not in a threatening way, but in the most empowering way imaginable. Jim Rohn, one of the greatest philosophers of personal development, once said that the secret to financial success is not found in luck or circumstance, but in the daily disciplines we choose to practice. And that discipline can begin right now, regardless of your age. The first thing to understand is that making money as a teenager is not about finding shortcuts. It is about developing a relationship with value. When you offer value to someone, whether that is your time, your skill, your creativity, or your effort, money naturally follows. This is the foundation. Before you think about what job to take or what service to offer, ask yourself a deeper question. What can I do that genuinely helps someone else? That question alone will open more doors than any list of side hustle ideas ever could. Start by looking at your immediate environment, your neighborhood, your school, your community. These are not limitations. They are your first marketplace. Every successful entrepreneur started small, in a local context, solving a problem that was right in front of them. Most teenagers think of earning money in terms of trading hours for dollars. You show up, you work, you get paid. And while that model has its place, it is not the most powerful way to think about income. Jim Rohn taught that you should work harder on yourself than you do on your job. What he meant was that your skills are your greatest asset. When you invest in developing a specific skill, you move from being someone who sells time to someone who sells expertise. And expertise is worth significantly more. Think about what you already know how to do. Can you edit videos, design graphics, write well, play an instrument, tutor a subject you excel in? These are not hobbies. These are marketable skills that people are actively searching for and willing to pay for. A teenager who can edit short-form videos for a local business is not just earning money. They are building a portfolio, developing a professional reputation, and learning how real commerce works. Start by offering your skill to one person. Do the work exceptionally well. Let the results speak for themselves. Word of mouth is the oldest and most effective form of marketing, and it costs you nothing but quality. The moment you shift your mindset from "I need a job" to "I have something valuable to offer," your entire financial trajectory begins to change. Earning money is only half the equation. The other half, the half that most people never truly master, is keeping it. Jim Rohn was famous for teaching a simple but profound principle. He said to never spend more than 70 cents of every dollar you earn. The remaining 30 cents should be divided between saving, investing, and giving. This is not just financial advice. It is a philosophy of self-discipline and long-term thinking. As a teenager, you have one enormous advantage that adults desperately wish they still had, and that is time. Every dollar you save and invest today has decades to grow. The concept of compound interest is not just a math formula. It is one of the most life-changing forces available to anyone willing to be patient. If you earn $50 mowing lawns this weekend, and you save 15 of those dollars, you are not just saving money. You are practicing the habit of financial restraint, which is a skill that will protect you from financial disaster for the rest of your life. Open a savings account if you do not already have one. Track what comes in and what goes out, not obsessively, but consistently. Awareness is the beginning of control. You cannot manage what you do not measure. One of the most practical and immediately accessible ways for a teenager to earn money is to start a small service-based business. This does not require a business plan, a loan, or any formal training. It requires initiative and a willingness to show up. Lawn care, car washing, pet sitting, grocery delivery for elderly neighbors, house cleaning, babysitting, and errand running are all examples of services that require minimal startup cost and can generate consistent income. The key is consistency and professionalism. Show up on time, do the job thoroughly, communicate clearly. These three behaviors alone will set you apart from 90% of your competition, because most people, regardless of age, struggle with all three. Jim Rohn often said that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. A teenager who builds a reputation for reliability in their local community is not just making money. They are building character, and character is the currency that opens every door in life. The internet has fundamentally changed what is possible for a young person with ambition. Platforms like Etsy, Fiverr, YouTube, and various social media channels have created an entirely new economy where age is irrelevant and talent is everything. If you can create something, whether that is art, music, writing, photography, or digital content, there is an audience for it and a way to monetize it. Selling handmade products online, offering freelance services, or building a content channel around a topic you are passionate about are all legitimate paths to income. The barrier to entry has never been lower. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is not talent. It is consistency and patience. Building an online income stream takes time, but the teenager who starts today, even imperfectly, is years ahead of the adult who keeps waiting for the perfect moment. Jim Rohn believed deeply in the power of education, not just formal schooling, but self-directed learning. He said that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. As a teenager, you have access to an almost unlimited library of knowledge through books, podcasts, online courses, and mentors. Before you dive into any money-making venture, invest time in learning about it. Read books on personal finance. Study the basics of entrepreneurship. Learn how taxes work, what a budget is, and why investing early matters. This knowledge will not just help you earn more, it will help you make smarter decisions with everything you earn. The teenager who reads one book on personal finance has a significant advantage over the adult who has never opened one. Knowledge compounds just like money does. This final tip might surprise you, but it is perhaps the most important of all. Jim Rohn taught that giving is not just a moral act, it is a financial discipline. When you give a portion of what you earn, even if it is just a small percentage, you are training yourself to see money as a tool rather than a treasure to hoard. Giving creates a mindset of abundance. It reminds you that there is always more where that came from, and that your value to the world is not measured by what you accumulate, but by what you contribute. Whether you donate to a cause you believe in, help a friend in need, or simply pay for someone else's meal, the act of giving reinforces a healthy relationship with money. It keeps you from becoming someone who earns a great deal, but lives in constant fear of losing it. The habits you build now, earning with purpose, saving consistently, learning continuously, and giving generously, are not just financial strategies. They are the architecture of a life well lived. Jim Rohn spent decades teaching these principles because he knew that the earlier someone embraces them, the more extraordinary their life becomes. You do not have to wait until you are older, more experienced, or more financially stable to begin. The best time to start is always right now, with whatever you have, wherever you are.